Even Sony agrees that Tandem OLED is not the type of television you might think it is and you might have heard that it is. You see, when they had a chance to pick from the brand new Tandem or the Quantum.OLED technology, they chose Quantum.OLED. Now, Vincent over at HDTV Tests offered a statement telling us exactly why that was.
When asked why LG Display's 4-stack Tandem OLED wasn't used as rumored, a Sony spokesperson said that based on the company's internal testing, QD-OLED still provided a better match to the HDR presentation on the Sony BVM HX3110 reference monitor, especially in terms of dark scene gradation and skin tone accuracy.
Now, this is very transparent because what this suggests is that it's everything that I've been saying for the longest time. And that is simply put, Quantum.OLED not only gives you far richer, far more accurate colors. At this point, we're breaching that realm of common sense because obviously a true RGB television with quantum dot color filtering to allow for more explosive, expansive color is always going to beat out something that just has WOLED, which has its problems, namely being very washed the higher the brightness goes, which is why it's stupid, in my opinion, that they're working so hard around the clock to keep WOLED alive with things like Tandem and micro lens array. It's very stupid to me. Just go Quantum.OLED LG and you would slaughter everybody on the market. But since they don't want to do that, here we are having this conversation. Now, a lot of people rumored that there would be a Tandem OLED. Tandem. And they all swore up and down the Tandem was what it was going to be for the Bravia 8. And I was the Lone Ranger telling everyone, and I will rub this in as much as I can because, you know, screw those guys that were really taking my credit. I mean, Digital Trends, to be very specific, you were not the first. Your video aired a day after mine, where I literally told everybody that there was going to be a Quantum.OLED and that it was a rumor, but I strongly hinted at it like this. There's gonna be, a Quantum.OLED. Just saying, very strongly did I hint that. And for those of you that remember that video, let me know in the comments down below if you remember it or not. I was very adamant about that. And it was because I had the proof, but I couldn't leak it because, certain things you just can't do on the internet before they're ready to release their plans. But the reality of the situation is simply this. When you go from quantum dots to WOLED, you have an explosion of color. And that's something, again, on Quantum TV, we've been driving home for years now. I mean, literally with the very first QLEDs. And so even with the SUHD TVs, by the way, which were like 2015 and then 2014 and stuff like that with Sony TVs with the Triluminous back when it actually was a backlight improvement using quantum dots, it was pretty impressive stuff. But the point being this, there are no more arguments to be had about Tandem being able to overtake the Quantum.OLED Sony Bravia 8 Mark II or Samsung with any of their QLED televisions, quite frankly, because Sony, the lens to living room guys, told you that it gets closer to the Bravia monitor, the reference monitor, that will allow you to have one extreme versus the other, and it will be very impressive and incredible. So that's essentially what it will be, and anyone who is going to complain about that is going to be wrong and have to be, I guess, reanalyzing what this whole thing is all about. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below, and thanks so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later.